Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Z Garcia.
And we like dinosaurs. Well, I like dinosaurs. Wow. I really like dinosaurs.
Love dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs
Has to be my
are
favorite
okay.
movie.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Star Wars.
That joke was ruined 2 different ways.
Yeah, that was awful.
Anyhow, I like dinosaurs even though I can never say the names of them, but in this game, you don't have to. This is a very small little game from All Play. So we'll take a look at how it plays. We'll be right back. You'll have a deck of 9 cards per player, and each card is going to has terrain on one side, which will be split into quadrants, could be combinations of that, and a scoring on the other side. You're going to place 3 scoring cards up and 3 of these terrain cards face up with the rest of the deck like this. Starting with one person, each person is going to take a card until everyone has taken 8 cards. When you take a card, you can take one of these gold cards, you put it face up in front of you, and replace it with the top gold card from the deck. You can also take a terrain card, add it to the terrain in front of you. This gold card then gets flipped over into terrain, and a new gold card comes on. You'll keep doing this to get to the end of the game and score. Everybody starts with one random land card in front of them. After that, you can place cards adjacent to each other, or you can place cards covering up others if you want to. You cannot cover up half of one of these large dinosaurs, but I could do something like this, and you're just going to be placing cards. You can cover up multiple cards. You can cover up entire cards if you want to. If at any point you place an egg, a card with an egg on it, and you have a nest, an empty nest, you'll put an egg in that nest. That's going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. At the end of the game, you're going to check for each of your dinosaur herds. So a bunch of animals that are the same type and same size, there's 2 types and 3 sizes, are considered to be a herd. Any herd that's next to a tar pit is going to go extinct. So you'll cover them up, they're not going to score. Then you'll check each of your carnivores. Carnivores are looking for meat. So you can see there's meat here, it's next to these carnivores, so those carnivores are fed. This carnivore is not next to meat, so this carnivore is going to go extinct. This carnivore is next to meat, he's fine. This carnivore is not next to meat, so he is next to an herbivore though, so he will eat an herbivore of the same size or smaller, so he eats that one. This one, on the other hand, has nothing to eat, so he goes extinct, and that one also goes extinct up there in the corner. After you deal with carnivores, oh, these 2 go extinct down here that you can't see on screen. After you deal with carnivores, you then deal with the herbivores. They need to be next to plants to score. So this one is not next to plants, it goes extinct. These 3 are next to a plant, they're fine. This one's not next to a plant, and this one's not next to a plant. Oh, and I forgot about that carnivore dying too. So after you're done with all of that, then you're going to score each of the dinosaurs who's still around. Small get you 1 point, medium get you 2, large get you 3. As I mentioned earlier, eggs and nests get you 2. And then you'll simply score your goals. So this gets 3 per set of meat, plant, and nest. So I look here and I have 3 plants, I have 3 nests, and I have 4 meats. So that's going to get me 9 points because I have 3 sets, which is pretty good. This says 2 for each dinosaur herd that dies from a tar pit. Well, I only had 1 do that, so that's only 2 points for that one. 1 for each medium dinosaur, 2 for each parafed carnivore and fed herbivore. 5 points if I have the most eggs and nests. 2 for each meal eaten by a carnivore. And that's the game. You add up all your points together. Whoever has the most is the winner. You'll keep score on this little erasable scoring pad that shows you the different ways things score. And there's also, the rules are just 2 pages. There's also a little sheet here for solo rules if you so desire. Before we get into the overview of this, I do want to mention we did play this live, so you can see us playing it live on the channel. And All Play is one of our sponsors, although that has never stopped me from smashing one of their games if I don't like it. I do like this one, though. This is a really simple game in some ways, although the scoring is a little bit of a look at the board and you're like, okay, I got to check the scoring. Even in my example, I was like, oh, I missed this dinosaur.
Yes.
But it really is almost, I mean, it's a pretty close analogy to point salad.
It's like a really complicated point salad. I guess not really complicated. Compared to point salad, it is.
Right.
But yeah, I really like this idea of giving yourself something you can score and giving yourself scoring opportunities. I think that's brilliant. And point salad is one of the better known examples. The idea of taking a thing or taking a thing that scores off of it. And you need to go back and forth. You can build something amazing. If you're not scoring, it doesn't matter. And you can have a lot of scoring opportunities. If you didn't build something amazing, that doesn't matter. So this one does that pretty well. The spatial thing and all the ways of scoring is the thing that holds me back a little bit from it. I did think that it's got too much stuff you need to be checking. And it's all generally thematic, which is cool. It should help teach that, you know. Dinosaurs, tar pits, not good. Eggs, dinosaurs and meat, good. You know, all that stuff.
It's a caveman speaking there.
Yeah, but that's how they spoke back then. Cavemen and dinosaurs existed at the same time.
And so did meat.
That's right.
What? I don't believe that.
Yeah. Science.
I was gonna say that you beat me to it. I like the fact that the theme does help you score, though.
It does.
You know, and also small can't eat big. You can't have raptors taking out the brontosaurus. Those are two of the dinosaur names.
That was well done. There's also a
Even
T-Rex.
They totally would. They probably didn't even exist in the same period, did they?
Who knows? But I think the placement is nice and simple too, though. It's like, cover up cards, cover up a complete card, which is pretty much dumb. And I also like that there is for lack of better terms, I call it the Loki strategy, but that's not a good. If you never played Blood Rage, that wouldn't make sense. But there's a couple cards that are like, kill lots of dinosaurs, and you get points. I like that you can pivot into that if you want to.
Sure.
And the game allows for that, too. You can change plans midway and come out all right.
Because you're allowed to cover up part of a card, or even, as you said, a whole card, which seems maybe once in several blue moons that might be useful. But it's nice. It allows you to pivot. It allows you to say, oh, this didn't actually pan out the way I thought it was going to, but I overlaid a little bit, and it's something brand new.
Yeah.
I like that. But it does add, as you said, a little bit to the headiness of a game that's super simple, but you will probably forget at least one rule in your first play of it, because you're like, oh, this is so easy, got it. Oh, those can't eat the bigger thing. Whoops, I forgot.
Yeah, or just visual clarity, too. Just looking at the whole thing and going, okay, scoring. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait. Oh, those are the same. Oh, never mind, I can't score that. I forgot about this over here that I didn't see. I put there a while ago, or, you know, one came in as my first card. This was my 14th card, and I forgot about the fact that they're connected. So the visual clarity I'm a big stickler for, and I think this one, with the little mountain ridges and just some of that stuff. It's all there. It's on me. I'm not saying the game has to do anything differently. I have a hard time with that.
I do think all the different scoring and the different cards, though, provides it a huge amount of replayability.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like, I like point salad. I don't know it's
Vegetable Garden.
That's a different game. I like point salad, but I mean, it's each time there's different ways to score, but you're collecting tomatoes or this or that. Here, I'm thinking about different ways to score, and do I want big groups of dinosaurs? Because I could just get a giant group of herbivores next to plants, and I'm fine. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
As long as I don't accidentally put a T-Rex next to them, which you can sometimes do because you're like, ooh, look how great this scores. Oh, at the end of the game.
Yep.
Or I have this big group of herbivores and I put the thing next to them and I just forget to put meat. I'm like, later on I'll get meat to put next to that dinosaur. Don't worry. Too late.
I think the thing that you have to be okay with in this game is that the draw pile, right, that has the scoring bonuses, and you're going to see amazing ones on other players' turns. And it will not, there's no way that it can come back to you. Mm-hmm. So if you see a scoring condition that's sweet on anyone else's turn, it's not yours. You just have to be okay. We have to turn that part of your brain up.
It might be. Maybe no one will take the card.
No, because that also replenishes the lineup, right? Someone takes I'm talking about those like...
Yeah, if someone takes a card underneath it, the scoring card will flip over on top of it, but maybe no one will take the card underneath the one you want.
Okay, you're talking about the goal scoring bonus ones? Oh, okay.
Oh, you're talking about the terrain?
No, I'm not talking about the terrain. So anyway, well, either way, like one of the cards.
I agree. It's probably not coming around to you.
It's not.
But I always hold out hope.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting it backwards, but yeah, either way, like whatever's on top of that pack that stack is going to flip over.
Oh, that one, yes.
Yes,
the one on the
that's-
top of the stack. Well, it might come down and replace a scoring thing, too. You never know.
Right.
Either way, yeah, it's kind of not a strategic game. It's more, well, I guess that's not even true.
It's very, you react. You definitely react more than anything else.
But you can decide at the beginning of the game, I'm going to do something, and then hope you get cards that do
You're
it.
going to change that plan 2 cards in. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because you have to react. Oh, the scoring cards out here are all about the big hunking T-Rex strat. What? Yes, I will do that until something better comes along and I realize my T-Rex strategy is flawed. And with a single scoring card, I have now jumped up. So, cool. T-Rexes are, forget that. I'm going for this other thing. Oh, tar pits? Done. Tar pit is strategy. You will change your mind a couple of times throughout the game. So it's very reactive, it's very tactical. I like that in this game. I want it to be that. I don't want to pick a thing and then those cards don't come up. That'd be garbage. You know what I mean?
I like doing that, though. And hope. Shoot the moon, man.
How often do you win?
I've won doing that, actually.
This game?
Yeah, I went for killing dinosaurs, and I killed a lot.
Okay.
Because no one was chasing you for that goal.
Yeah, and that's the thing,
true,
too. Again,
too, yeah.
things manipulate. What would you give it?
I like it. I'm not, again, I have some issues with it, but I enjoy the game. I think it's a good, it's weird to say it's a next step to Point Salad because they're very similar again. I think it's just a little more complicated. But I enjoy it. I think it's a solid 7. It's a good little game. It's not one that I think I'll be pursuing. It also is so small, it will kind of fall through the cracks a little bit. But I think if you enjoy that kind of game, you've played Point Salad, you liked it, but you thought salad's lame. I mean, collecting veggies and what have you, whatever. You like this theme,
If you're a carnivore dinosaur.
you're going to like this game mechanically, and the theme will then hook you if you thought Point Salad had a boring theme.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I'm giving this one a 7.5. And it's... I like the idea of a card split in 4 and trying to make a spatial puzzle of it.
Yeah.
That's always been fun to me. There's been plenty of games that do that. But the idea of mixing that with those scoring... I never know what to call them, right? The bonus... I forget what they're called. But like those extra objectives that are only for you, I always like that in a game. It makes me feel more different from everyone else at the table, even though we're trying to pull from the same stack of cards. So, yeah, 7.5, very fun. And if I could see this one maybe going up if I find myself teaching it to more people, because it's very approachable, and that should be commended it for.
The theme really does it for me on this one, and the mechanisms. I'm giving this an 8.5. This is my kind of... Now, there's other great fillers that have come out recently, too, that we'll talk about in the future here, but this is one of my fillers of choice now.
Yeah.
I can bring this out and say, hey, let's play this. It also, I like the fact that this one, I think, works really well at 2. I mean, it plays well at 3 and 4, but with 2, it's just a really nice back and forth game. As you're both building your things. I have not messed with the solitaire thing. I kind of would like to, I like to play with someone else just so that the cards are moving. But when we're done, this is my dinosaur park. That's your dinosaur park. I like that. And we score different ways. And it's the kind of game, and not many games like this, that I would play multiple times in a row. Because it says 20 minutes on here, and that might even be overshooting it. 5 of those minutes are scoring it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's not intimidating, too. You can bring this game out with a lot of folks and be like, look at this cute little game. Look at this dinosaur roaring. Let's play.
It's called Chomp.
you
Yeah.
can trick people who aren't gamers.
Yes, trick them.
No, I'm serious. Like, you can play this
Deception.
game with them, and they wouldn't know that it's a hobby game or anything.
And afterwards, you can be like, ha! You're a gamer now.
Yeah. Loki strategy. Oh!
Agricola next. No, but Chomp, I think a lot of people are going to like it. I'm Tom Vessel,
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Z Garcia.
and 2 of us are carnivores.
What's that?